is where the pressure rises. This is playoff season, and this is Rocket League!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is do or die for two emerging region teams. We have Twisted Minds, number 2 from MENA, and FURIA, the kings of South America. I am Stumpy, joined by Cole, and we found the idea for a funny little three-peat we could get here off the rip.
Twisted Minds have got 1 second for a hat-trick of 1 second goals, and they've already missed out on it. It would have been lovely. They were 1 ahead against Complexity by now. They were 1 ahead against Gen.G by now, but now it's 0-0.
Going to be interesting here to see just how FURIA can deal with the sheer pressure of Twisted Minds, and to be honest, vice versa. Both teams have been putting up great offensive numbers. It's going to be a big challenge between Naupo and Yan. We saw that come to fruition when we had Vitality. It was Zen versus Naupo. Zen managed to win that one out, but will Yan have that little bit more to give when he also has the 1v1 to look forward to later?
It's going to be huge. Yan is going to be a tired boy by the end of this event, one way or another, but still, he comes forwards with the ball. It's also a rematch between one of the most insane matches of Rocket League we have ever seen. Moist and FURIA way back so many years ago in the semi-finals. FURIA beat Moist then, and Rise here for Twisted Minds. He's had 4 teams since then. Yan and FURIA have remained the same. Here's Atomic with Rise in the center. Couldn't quite find him. Both teams have had half chances.
Lovely shutdown though by the KBM God in Drufo. Nice tap from the backboard. Naupo control and boost. You've seen him go end to end at this very event. Couldn't do it that time. FURIA have clearly been reviewing that little bit of tape. Rise at 50, right-hand side, up high in the center. First person to do it is Naupo, shoots wide. Oh, very awkwardly back towards his own corner, is lost. Catches it again, Yan now, 1 chance. Naupo, redirect central, up high, no one's there. Rise, the first 2 is straight down. Crossbar, no clang, wasn't quite close enough.
A small taste of the Twisted Minds pressure we've been seeing since Birmingham started, though. FURIA got away with that one, despite being a little bit backwards in their own goal line. It's awkward, and Loss is awkward yet again. 12 boost. This is best not to waste any of it. Yan goes from the ceiling. Charge that ball down. Naupo has a chance to push that one back towards the FURIA goal. So far, it's looking like in game 1, Twisted Minds the better team.
Stunning amount of pressure so far coming out from that team that have been second to Falcons time and time again. They did get 1 victory over those Kings of MENA in Open Qualifier 2 back in their own region with a couple of imports on their side. And this has been a great result so far as well for Atomic. His best LAN result so far. Playing through to lower round 1, especially in this open era. From the backboard, Yan clears it away again. Only finding a Twisted Minds player. They're playing so far up, FURIA are becoming suffocated.
And the pressure is immense already in this best of 7 for Twisted Minds. It's shot again by Atomic. Yan pushes it to the side. FURIA need him to be their star. They need him to conjure something. Because right now it's seeming like Twisted Minds, the superior trio. That can, of course, change in a heartbeat. 1 goal, 1 spark. Here comes Naupo. Get it over the top of Yan, can't quite do so. Atomic in the air, 30 boost left, keeping his hold as much as possible. Jaffinio almost steals in from there. Would have been a goal from nothing for FURIA.
Just a whisker away from sneaking in on the far post. And now Yan up in the skies, 40 boost, lures one in, does go low with it, then attempts the bump. Lost now, has to try and work it around the side of Atomic, isn't able to. Drufo, central, 1 touch, impossible to get. The Yan, the strong 3rd man, will now go solo on his own, 1 down! Finds its way in, and the debut goal, despite the pressure here for the crowd, is in favor of FURIA.
As we said, FURIA needed their star Brazilian on the ball, and when Yan finally had it bounce for him, he wasn't going to make any mistakes. I'm not sure the Twisted Minds defense was covering itself in glory. They might concede another one here, but Lost accidentally pushed the ball away from Yan from the kickoff. Rise might land on this one. Chases it, can't get the boost either, so FURIA should be able to emerge with their lead, with the ball, with a chance for a second. Here's Lost, a pass into the center. It's Yan underneath this one. He gets it to him. Yan shoots. Big save from Naupo. Almost double the lead from FURIA. Jaffinio comes in, rises up, sends it away. Twisted Minds suddenly chasing.
The chance going halfway over the line, but a great last-second save coming through from the TM defense. 100 boost pickup from Rise is going to be good on this counter-attack. Drufo will be cutting him out. 1 touch, pumps it right towards the blue side. Now Naupo up with time and space that Lost cuts down almost immediately. 70 seconds, Rise. That ball quite loose, instead brings Lost entirely into the play, and FURIA continue on their play of pressure.
Yeah, FURIA defending bravely at the moment there. Not letting Twisted Minds have any of their own time in the air, which is key. goes underneath it. Drafinio has control of the ball right now. How is Rise's 50-50? It's not. He avoids Drafinio, gets it to the side, still has boost to play with, but Jan forces it back to Twisted Mind's territory. They'll be relatively happy with how the general game has gone, Twisted Minds, but need that goal to put themselves back in it.
Despite all the pressure, FURIA, they still managed to sneak out as the current favourites to win this one. Only one goal separating the two teams in otherwise very high-scoring games. Twisted Minds, they normally get about 3 goals per game so far in the tournament, and that demo is not going to be helping them out whatsoever. A long shot, Atomic can't do anything about it. And that hit from his own half is going to be giving FURIA game at number 1.
It was well read by Lost. That's the birthday present for him from Atomic. He just punches it forwards, and it's looking like the first game will go to the team who went 3-1 in the Swiss. FURIA performed better. The eye testers said that a lot of people predicted Twisted Minds, and that is why, but FURIA, they're the ones who managed to sweep away more teams. Now they're taking that superiority into this one. Had all sorts of defending to do at the start. They might even make it 3. Twisted Minds will be pleased with the general gameplay, but not so much with that scoreline, Stumpy.
And of course, after he managed to score a goal as well, happy birthday to Lost. We love to see it. The birthday buff is going to be doing him well. FURIA, game number 1 going their way. I think he's 19 today, is it?
19 today, yeah. There he is on the right.
So happy birthday to Lost. The birthday debuff, as Johnny was calling it, hasn't quite come into effect just yet. But we do see Twisted Minds. They weren't able to, as we were saying, despite the pressure, despite all of the push they had in the first half of that game, 2 goals, not past their final defender.
And how nice that so many thousands of people in this lovely crowd have come to Lost's birthday party. Welcome, everybody.
I know, thanks, Blast, for putting it on and then put some Rocket League on the side. Why not?
It's going to be a beautiful celebration of Rocket League today. And FURIA, they impressed me. They really rode the storm there. Defensive Rocket League is probably the most difficult form of Rocket League to play. They had to do an awful lot until they had their couple of chances, and they took them well.
Yeah. And of course, you know, we see that we have Twisted Minds. The fact that they had to try and push up towards the end of that game as well. You saw Atomic, he committed quite far up. He had to. You have to try and get anything going towards the end. But regardless, FURIA, they're continuing that winning streak, as you said earlier as well, Cole. They went 3-1 in the Swiss. They are the number 1 team in South America, unbeaten domestically in those finals.
And in the game, it was their star man, Jan, who was the MVP. He got that first goal as well as a couple of saves and a few shots. He was getting a lot more involved than Twisted Minds will have wanted, and I'm sure the boys are discussing that right now, saying, look, we have to make sure this guy doesn't get on the ball. And Nalpo, I mean, he's the star man for Twisted Minds. We didn't see too much from him in that first game.
Yeah, I think Nalpo needs to maybe get involved in the play a little bit more. I think we saw the ambition that he wanted to, but when you have such a big target on your back, especially for FURIA, they'll happily get physical. We've seen that immediately in game number 2. I'm going to say as well, the eagle-eyed among you may well notice the fact that we've got little pause buttons right above the team names, above their logos. That's going to be signifying the timeouts that they have now got available. They can get themselves 60 more seconds. Whenever the teams call it, they have it once per series. Once they've used it, that will then be grayed out. So keep an eye on that. Green with the Twisted Minds is going to be that gold above FURIA. They've both still got them available. The long shot from Rise will only land on the hood of Jan. Actually helped on by the attacking player from TM. And look at the demos coming through on Twisted Minds. FURIA, they are running them ragged.
This is a much better start to game 2 for FURIA. Twisted Minds do get it back to the orange half. That little nip in there will allow Atomic in. Atomic wants to get the reset, though, instead gets a second touch. Rise up against Jan. Ball is just starting to fall for the team in blue. Atomic goes to redirect. I think he was never going to score from it, but it certainly put more pressure on. Minds this time with a team that start off defending and then turn it into attack. Rise to pass, instead goes solo. Drafinio's already up. Rise gets a flick to be set. Darts over the top of them, but Jan prods it wide.
So close to sneaking its way through. We've seen that mechanical excellence come through time and time again. That time, not able to actually get past that final defender. Rise has scored some screamers. Everyone on this pitch has done so far. Nalpo, I think just a smidge out of the play. Not quite there at the exact moment. If you play a 1/10 of a second behind the game in Rocket League, you will not be succeeding. But Atomic with a pass through, and the miss sees Nalpo in the perfect position to secure TM's first.
And there he is, just when he had to get involved. A man who's never played in front of an RLCS crowd scores his first goal in front of an RLCS crowd.
Twisted Minds getting that early lead is going to be making them forget that 2-0 loss they had in game number 1. It's only been 100 seconds though, so plenty more to play. Now up in the sky, only on his own completely. Instead, goes the man. Rise comes in as second man. Guess that 50 goes very much in favor of FURIA, and Atomic, he's got a lot of boost to play with. Up for one, gets the reset. Round the top corner, was found, but so was Lost.
Oh, big save again. Nalpo had another bite at it. Rice is coming in now. It could be the second. Two FURIA players forced to go up for it. Now they're stranded on their goal line. Brilliant block there. I think it was Trafino at the near post. Nalpo tries to keep it going, but the clearance is strong enough to send Rice back. Now suddenly Jansen, he goes for the early shot against Rice. And he sprays it out wide. Trafino misses. It's awkward from him. Rice's turn. Uses the ceiling to make the most from his boost. Twisted Minds have their lead.
This pressure has been seen, though, in that game number one. Yes, they've got a goal this time, but FURIA, they turned it around quite easily. They then became the real pressure havers. So can Twisted Minds hold on to clearly what is their game plan? A missed bump still allows Rise to come in. He then turns things over the ball. A lot of fakes coming through, very much at the last second. Twisted Minds calling each other off the ball very freely, and that will frazzle FURIA's minds. One shot. Oh! From Nalpo towards Atomic. A screamer below the bar.
Atomic steals a few extra pixels out of nowhere. It looked like Lost had it, but Atomic's pace and efficiency utterly perfect. Just to steal that one at the last second with that extra reach. 2-0 Twisted, and this time their pressure does count, but here comes FURIA from the kickoff. Jan gets the wave dash, takes that Rise, wants the 100, gets it. Atomic should be back in time though, and is.
And being able to sneak from that blind spot as well, they know they're going to be swarming, they're going to be everywhere. But so are FURIA.
Trafino is in. It was Lost, great work. What a flick that is. Rise wasn't backing it to go that far. Trafino, however, had the better angle as well. And FURIA put themselves right back in game number 2.
Well, 2 minutes left, only one goal for FURIA to catch up from. Both teams scoring in this game, so a little bit different compared to the first. And Atomic, that's a very brave commit, now leaving just a 2v1 in the back. Jan is going to make it a 2v2. Now sending it long, no one's going to be there. Snap now have to wait to try and get the dunk instead. Again, forgoes the ball, goes for the man, and that was Rise with a crazy little flick to try and get it away.
Big save from Atomic. That's a tough one when the player against you is air dribbling like that. Any extra touch can just take it over the top of your head.
He's alone.
Leads to all sorts of pressure though. Yeah, doesn't miss these doubles. Wait a sec. Yes, he does there. That is a rarity.
Twisted Minds got away with one a little bit there. Leaving him completely isolated in the sky is not going to be a game-winning strategy. A pass again. Atomic's there. Again receiving the pass across.
Nalpo chain dashing his way towards the ball. Trafino to as far back as he can, but it's Twisted Minds having to tell us some pressure this time. Atomic, the old school play, knocking it up and then dodging into it. Atomic waits. Should have another go at this one. No, he's too slow. Actually, Jan was way faster and stole the 100. FURIA, a minute left to double their lead in this series. Here comes Trafino, gets into the backboard. Is anybody following it up for him? I don't think so. Atomic mercifully is able to get that ball back to halfway. FURIA going to come on strong for the last 50. This could be the moment. Trafino shoots. Big save again from Nalpo.
Has to dive in front of the net, guessing where the shot's going. Top corner is a very good guess. Manages to clear it away. Only 40 now. Trafino up in the sky. Atomic is going to read him again. No ball, all man. Sends it long from Rise. Jan is there to catch. This is FURIA's chance. They need to get something going.
Yeah, but that's pretty awkward between Lost and Jan, losing an extra couple of seconds, and Jan did not have the boost to play that one down the side. Didn't want it. In the end, it falls for Trufino. Somehow it's worked out anyway.
Completely unmarked in the center. Drufo, a sniper. The dunk helping out FURIA there massively. That ball not going anywhere near the midfield. Drufo about to turn back. Sees it heading towards him. He takes it. And the KBM Warrior levels the game up.
This is where FURIA's experience helps them out. This team have been playing together since at least the start of last year. Twisted Minds, they are new together, and two of them have never played in front of an RLCS crowd. Only Rise has. Will that pressure get to them? Tommy's looking okay so far. Let's push to the side. Rise is there. He's going to follow it up. Trafino takes him out. FURIA going to take the overtime. I think Twisted Minds want to win before the OT. However, have I suddenly changed now? Lost is up. Gets the flip reset. Off the top. Furious Mama doubles their lead.
Lost is found in game 2. A reset at 0. Rise had to guess, he had to jump. But Lost knew that playbook precisely. FURIA steal game number 2 away from the 1/3 home team.
God. Wow, what an ending.
I thought that was TM's. I didn't see who it was. Rise went up for it, and then I guess it would have been maybe Atomic, then dived in at the last second to try and make it touch the floor.
beautiful finish there from Lost. Along the way, there were 6 saves from Yan to show how much pressure Twisted Minds had throughout that one. Finally, though, there we go. 0 seconds. There is Lost. He gets that huge reset. And that is not an easy skill at the best of times, let alone at 0 seconds, let alone when you're running out of boost, trying to force it through. Huge moments. And Twisted Minds, as you may expect they would have done in that situation, do take their tactical timeout. I mean, I think the game plan seems to be working, but the goals disagree.
Yeah, I think the issue is when you give away that final goal right towards the end, not even that 0 second one, where it's also a dunk that goes midfield and Drufo just so happens to be there because they're so aggressive. You think, oh, that's so frustrating to try and deal with because they did so well previously. We still haven't really seen Naopo get to the position where he was having that battle of a titan alongside Zen in their Vitality series. That Naopo still has not come alive. It's a completely different environment here, in the middle of thousands of people watching every single one of your moves, and Naopo not quite dealing with it. Rise, we've always said he's had the biggest ice in Rocket League. He can be as cool as a cucumber in any situation, but he needs his teammates to come alongside him for it.
But as for FURIA, back when they did take on Moist and Rise all those years ago, that was the first time a South American team had reached the semi-finals of a World Championship. Now they want to reach more than the semi-finals, this FURIA. They want to reach grand finals. They want to take home trophies. Anything less than that will be disappointing for this roster. It is why they've stayed together.
And they've been close since as well, going through into multiple semi-finals as well. We saw them in the 4 region semi-finals that we had at the London Major. They are such a prominent team in Rocket League, and the Twisted Minds are trying to take them down. Whoever loses here, they go home. They get 1 chance in front of the crowd, and then they're done. We're in the lower bracket. The winner goes through to play the loser of Vitality versus Ultimates. That's a really hard matchup. But there's a few more games before we get there. Game number 3 kicking off. Twisted Minds took another minute to think about what they need to do. And FURIA, they know the game plan, and they're going to start it off near perfect.
Yeah, FURIA, for the first time really in this series, start off a game on the front foot. It's been Twisted Minds' pressure throughout in the early stages. This time it's Twisted Minds who have to survive. Nice bump there from Atomic. Naopo has a chance to shoot it. Rise waits, instead he tries to flick it over the top of Lost. And we pretty much go right back to where we were. Twisted Minds trying to set the pace. FURIA knocking it past them, proving more efficient than their opponents.
Seeing a lot of these low 50s really not going the way of Twisted Minds. It's a lot of their game style is get a 50, lose it to a teammate, and then they can then go in, and then we're making FURIA use their boost. So far, FURIA are just winning a large amount of them. That's a lovely touch, though, from Naopo, and the bump. It's on target. Saved just wide by Lost.
All right, so gets to the backboard. The attack can continue, perhaps, especially with that miss from Drufinho. Yan has to try and sweep up for his teammate. Lost helps out in the end. That's a great touch from Naopo. Underneath things, you go for the ball. No, instead he leaves it to Rise. Rise keeps it going. Twisted Minds have managed to truly ride that early wave. Now Naopo has been teed up by Rise.
We saw in the first, 15 seconds, there was FURIA pressure. It's turned around in the last minute or so to entirely Twisted Minds pressure again. They just need to capitalize on it.
Naopo takes a chance. This could be the one only fake. He pushes it all the way through. And of all people, Yan pops it in.
And you know what? Naopo's stuck with the plan. Get the low 50 after the fake. Doesn't really matter who's there, so long as it goes in.
Unfortunate there for FURIA. Maybe it could be argued that Yan was too central with that 50-50 happening, but you don't expect it to pinball off you. Lost, though, does a decent kickoff and gets the demo. Yan follows it up. How he'd love to return this with a flip reset off the backboard. Not quite. What a turnaround that would have been. Own goal to flip reset.
It's quite a way to, I think, get the repentance. Lost and now attempting to then go for that nearly an own goal on the other side. Having a blue trail. Oh, Yan very clever. He waits on the floor, lets that 50 happen. Lets the player go flying over the top of him. A nice doink. Rise now tracking back, leading it towards Atomic. Up high. Who's it to, however? Only FURIA. No plan on that second touch.
Yeah, Twisted Minds having to build up their boost and start all over again. So FURIA should be able to establish an attack of their own, and that's the pass that almost makes it happen. Yan had an opportunity to push that one wide, but was dunked. So that means the ball falls to Rise. He gets it over the top of Drufinho. Is anyone following it up? There's coins everywhere, but there's no goal explosion.
No one from TM is anywhere nearby. They didn't expect it to go that far, potentially. Rise now shooting opposite the corner. That post being rattled again. Who's there next? It's going to be Rise again to the crossbar. splintering the woodwork.
Yeah, someone check on that goal. It's going to be bent and buckled after this one, and Twisted Minds frustrated, double commit, a huge one. Almost getting each other's way on the goal line as well. Drafinho pops it up. Here's Jan, must be the equalizer. There it is, FURIA had it coming.
Jan, the clinician, shows how you don't hit the post, you don't hit the crossbar. What you need to do, fellas, is just slam it top bins.
And once more, FURIA come back. Twisted Minds, no matter how hard they work, just cannot shake them off. Ross gets a decent kickoff again. It must be two. It is! FURIA destroying them on the kickoff game.
We said at the start of the series too, Cole, that there was going to be potentially the three-peat of the 1 second goal for Twisted Minds. So far, FURIA, the complete advantage on pretty much every single one so far. And Twisted Minds will look back at those couple of chances that went missing. They had the opportunities, post, crossbar, whatever it was, 3 players at once defending it. But Drufo now, one chance, reset, backboard, right, has to clear it away, gets bumped out of the way by Atomic, not really what you want, because Atomic doesn't do a huge amount with it.
And as you can see from that little icon above FURIA's logo, FURIA still have their tactical timeout, whereas Twisted Minds have now used theirs. The ace in the hole has been utilized. If Twisted Minds lose this, they're staring down a reverse sweep with no chance to break any negative momentum. Nalpo gets it over the top row. Rise can equalize. Atomic's coming in. He hits the crossbar again. Surely someone's going to follow this up. Get him the shots you shouldn't miss, pack lads.
Nalpo continuing the attack. Drafinho wants to get rid as soon as he possibly can. The boost advantage so in favor of TM. Yet they can't score. Still no chance, then 2 of them then end up rotating back. This is where you need to push.
It's going to be so tempting, though, to overcommit for Twisted Minds. They still have 80 seconds, plenty of time to get a singular goal. Oh, wasted, but Alco's
a complete misjump.
What's happened there, Stamford? Talk me through it.
A complete misjump. I didn't quite see which defender it was, but look at Nalpo. He goes high for it. Jan side flips.
Uh-oh.
And that is a very free goal coming through. 1 own goal, 1 free goal, both at the expense of Jan.
I was going to say, Jan's had an interesting game. He's been instrumental in the 2 goals FURIA have scored. Not so much the ones they've conceded, and now the kickoff is neutral. 50-50s all round. Rise is going back for the 100 boost. Daring his teammate Nalpo to come in. Drafinho goes for it early and misses, but it's not too bad because his fellow FURIan is there to tee it up for him. Twisted Minds have to score this next goal. If they lose this game, the way this game has gone, you can't see them coming back.
I mean, Twisted Minds either need to score it or Jan scores it for them. Like, either one will do.
Happy birthday, Lost.
Yeah, cheers, Lost. 45 seconds ticking down. 1:50 sends it right into the FURIA corner. Opportunity is lost now, takes it up high, Nalpo an interception. But Jan keeping it close from the backboard. He gets a reset, not quite round 1 as Rise knows that he could get there and baited out the reset.
Well, Drafinho gets the pinch as well. Nalpo read it. Rise is there. Nalpo still in the center. Can Rise get it to Nalpo? Not quite yet because Jan brilliantly gets that flick towards the Twisted Minds half. 20 seconds now. Overtime beckoning. The pressure ramping up yet again. It never ends. The valve never blows over in Rocket League. Where's this ball going to fall? Will there be one more chance?
Drufo from the backboard. Not really enough boost. He can only get that block away. Atomic sends it very high. The crowd start to chant it down. We're now at 0 seconds. Drafinho again backboard. Atomic, he has read him like a book. Now post central, not close enough. Overtime, kickoff. So far, though, in favor of FURIA.
Let's see if it happens again. Atomic goes to this one. It pushes out wide. Nalpo is there. Twisted Minds have done better from this one. Drafinho and us getting each other's way. Will it fall to a Twisted Minds player? Not this time. Good pace from FURIA defensively. Atomic has to get something on this ball, and he does. The chance of all of FURIA coming in. Drafinho, maximum boost. Nalpo clean touch. Drafinho shows Nalpo no respect, but it falls to Atomic. And Rise is so awkward here. He has to use all of his time just to keep this ball neutral.
And you make a good point, Cole. They are showing him no respect. And I think as soon as he gives space to these very mechanical players, Jan knows this just as well. All of them do. But if you can make sure that your big guy doesn't have any of the boost, any of the play, they're not going to be able to use their secret weapon. They cannot ult on you, essentially. Atomic now up high with Lost on the backboard. And every single player caught and trapped in that corner. Atomic gets the dunk. Rise actually shies away from that play entirely. Playing more passive now at TM.
Yeah, they're looking a little bit nervous. This is clearly a key moment in this series, and they will be no strangers to that fact. They'll all be aware, but they have to keep playing on the front foot. Jan, though, gets it forward for FURIA. This is the opportunity for Lost. The opportunity is lost because Rise puts it to the crossbar. Drafinho now to the side. FURIA keeps it going. Nalpo is in. Rise can't go for that one. They have to leave it for Yan. That's the last thing you want to do. He gets the 50-50 into the center, but Atomic has a chance. Now Bo's chasing down Lost. Lost, brilliant! To avoid the bump, to stay grounded, the mind games, and then get the save.
The stoicism waiting on the goal line is admirable. The ball now popping out straight towards Rise. Extremely heavy touch, though, as now Trevino's going to be having all that ball control. Rise in, Atomic shooting just wide. That has absolutely been the story so far of TM.
Yeah, Atomic was trying to get to the near post to wrong wheel the opponent. Didn't quite happen like that, so Twisted Mind's going to have to go yet again. Rise from one side to the other. Now Po's up early. Racing Yan, gets it past Yan. Rise tries to get the deftest touch, but he had no boost to play with. It's still awkward though for FURIA. Now Po leaves it for Rise. To the ceiling, Atomic's already there. Atomic's coming from somewhere. No, he fakes it up for Rise. Here comes now from Crossbow. Not this time though. Twisted Minds on the scoreboard.
They got one goal from an own goal off Yan, one from his side flip. This one, a very, very well-earned goal. It took them 2 minutes in OT, but they get their first game. A vital one. And we're seeing conversations happen between all the boys over on Twisted Minds. They still didn't necessarily play how they should have done. That shouldn't have been in overtime. They got 2 lucky goals ultimately. 2 of their goals were luck. They still get the game. They need to think of that as, all right, cool, we take it as one. Doesn't matter if we win at 8-0, 1-0, whatever. They still move on. They've still got FURIA with the advantage. I'd still put FURIA here with the advantage anyway. But Twisted Minds looking that bit better now.
Yeah.
A lovely fake from Atomic as well.
Twisted Minds have to tell themselves if they're not playing at their best, but they're still getting games for FURIA, they're doing something right. And if they can excel to the levels that we've seen in the Swiss, they lost 3-2 to Vitality to start them off. This will really put them in the conversation as true dark horses for this event. They lost 3-2 to Dignitas, who looked pretty good as well. They had a tough time at the end of it in the Swiss after a long old day, but they were playing incredibly well at that point. They're the losses that Twisted Minds had in the Swiss. So they can certainly take on this FURIA roster. But FURIA, they'll be turning to each other and saying, look, we still have the advantage here. We could have almost put that one to bed right there, and we'll get the chance to again.
We saw a hint, I think, of how they've been playing in the rest of this tournament too, where they have been an incredibly aggressive team. They demo and get demoed, weirdly, the exact same amount.
Oh, that's nice.
4.87 demos and taking demos per game on average, which is very weird. No other team has had that I've literally ever seen. So FURIA giving and taking as much as they can. But a chance for Twisted Minds to work their way back into the series with FURIA to put them to bed with 2 more game wins. But here in the Coliseum, both will be leaving. Who is a bit more battered?
Venia pops that one out wide. Atomic tries to keep another early Twisted Minds start succeeding for them. Atomic's coming in again. It does seem that every single game we see some early Twisted Minds pressure. How often they actually make that count into a goal remains to be seen for this one. Now Po has a chance to push someone into the centre as well, defended by FURIA. Twisted Minds still playing patiently as well. That's what's been impressing me. Despite the pressure they've had, as Lost takes a chance over the top, it's just going over. They've barely been overcommitting.
I think I'd still like to see a couple more commits, like compared to what we've seen from them historically. They've not been doing enough. And Lost says to their defense, you are also not quite doing enough. A very dead challenge there, drops identically and Lost first man to it over Naupo, shoots low below him. Naupo shows his cards. 1-0 in favour of FURIA.
Yeah, it's one of the 50-50est goals you'll ever see, really. First the aerial pitch, that's better. A good kick-off there, lost the chance to get it past Naupo. Knock it past at the last second. The shot's coming in, but it's going to be wide, and Atomic takes a nice enough catch anyway. Rise pulls off Naupo. Still the question mark for Twisted Minds. Can Naupo get involved to the extent that we've seen him get involved in games so far? He shoots, or Rise does actually. Demo on the goal line as well. And I'd say the 2-star men we were talking about haven't been too involved, Jan and Naupo.
It's not quite how we keep referencing it for the Twisted Minds vs Vitality series. It's not quite that. These two teams playing a lot more even. Naupo has, however, picked up the points. Last game, the MVP for his team. Almost 700 points from what I recall. So he is absolutely committing a little bit more to all of these plays, putting stuff a little bit more on target, but with the amount of crossbars that we saw on post shots, I think we need to see all of Twisted Minds have their accuracy just dialed in a smidge.
Atomic's up, huge pre-jump from him, the pass isn't quite there, turns to a fake, actually Rise following up. Twisted Minds, all three of them potentially involved. Has Atomic recovered in time? Yes, he has. And he can Try and get Nalpo to have another go. Atomic is surely, oh no, that is a poor shot. He'll get another chance. The pass is a little bit heavy as well. Shaky moment from Atomic. A reminder, never played in front of an RLCS crowd. Moments like that, you can see it.
And we saw him earlier absolutely slam one home after Nalpo sent it midfield. Didn't quite have that same amount of power on the second chance round. Halfway through, FURIA still with that 1-0 goal. Lost now onto the backboard. No one up to challenge him at all, and he's going to get a double. You cannot give him space.
Here he goes, Atomic. Pushed it too far, Lost. What a dunk that is. Followed it through in one smooth movement. Slams it down. That beautiful new goal explosion as well. Lost, I think we're going to see that one quite a lot from what we're seeing from Lost today.
They need to make sure they challenge him in the air multiple times. We saw it last game too, but FURIA had no one challenging them whatsoever. FURIA have not been doing the same courtesy towards Twisted Minds. They've been giving no space, and Atomic takes on one and takes on a second and gets their first of game 4.
I think Atomic needed that one. It was his pass that was dunked, and it was his shot that wasn't strong enough earlier, but flicking the ball over Yan will cheer him right up.
Jan's going to make sure that in the 1v1 later versus Moxie, he does not let too many of those ones fly through.
Especially against Moxie as well.
Especially against Moxie with his monstrous flick. 2 minutes 10, 1 goal separating these two sides. Lost for the catch in that back corner. Now challenging on the left, it pinches out nicely. Jan's going to leave it, goes to Drufo, pumps it long. Lost shooting very heavily. Instead, just taking it round the side of the defender so that maybe FURIA can keep control. It does fall to Twisted Minds in the end regardless though. One more flick. And actually taken past his teammate. A lovely recovery from Lost there to make sure that FURIA do keep possession.
This is a real chance for Trevino to find Yan. Is Yan up early enough? Not quite. Trevino was really trying to slam it to his teammate as opposed to floating it to Yan, where it would easily be saved. Higher risk, higher reward. Lost, though. He's getting all sorts of reward this game. Gets another flip reset. Trevino coming in, wants to get on top of the ball. Instead, fakes out Rise. Lost is still there. They are just refusing to leave the Twisted Minds goal. One of the pinch could be see the ball rolling back into FURIA's net. They have to be careful against that. For that reason, Lost is all the way back.
80 seconds of FURIA with this extended period of pressure. Yan now, again, pretty isolated on the backboard, but Atomic covering nicely. He's that second man to it. Lost a flick, sent to the scrapyard. Now Nalpo with possession. The speed of this series so far has been mind-boggling. We're seeing more demos coming through. The aggression from TM is now starting to turn up.
Yeah, it wasn't the best shot in the end. The fake was lovely, but I don't know if it was called early enough. So I think Atomic had to really try and wriggle his car to get it as opposed to going for it from the off. Trevino clears it long. Nalpo's underneath. Rise behind him. Nalpo wants to go solo, but he's taken out the game. Rise into the middle. There's a shot there from Lost. Is anyone arriving back in time? It's wide anyway. That one would have gone straight in.
First one to it is going to be a FURIA player. Tries to pump it off the ceiling. Drufo again to that fabled ceiling. One touch from Rise. Only finds Lost at the back. Twisted Minds need a little bit more composure here, otherwise FURIA move to match point.
Yeah, FURIA can sense it is coming. Almost another goal for them. Rise, Yan in front of him. The 50-50 goes to Atomic. What can he conjure up, the Spaniard? Nothing for now. Now Poe into the corner, wants to get the dunk on Lost, can't do it again. What a game Lost has had. Rise up against Lost. Lost just has to see some seconds away. It falls for Rise. He stops the floor, he wants some height on it to get a real shoot chance for his teammates. There it is, now Poe's in. Yan there, should be able to kill it. Does kill it. FURIA are doing all that's required right now. Not much more, not much less, but it is working.
They are quite frankly outclassing Twisted Minds. And Twisted Minds feel like they're second to so many of these balls. This is not how they've been playing throughout the weekend. They have had, as I said earlier, they have got the highest number of goals per game. They've got almost 1 goal per game higher than the average. Scoring 3 typically. They've been kept to 1 in any of these games, sometimes 0, and Lost a screamer. 660 points. Easily the best player on the pitch, and FURIA move on towards that fantastic point in their minds where they're thinking, one more.
I love that.
One more and we get through to the next round.
Yeah, Lost was the player that completed this FURIA roster when they brought him in. And since then, they have been knocking on the door of gold. Championships, of winning it all internationally. They've always been dominant over in South America. That's not enough for these players anymore. Winning in Brazil is easy. Winning on the world stage, winning here, that is what they are fighting for, and they have 3 opportunities to knock out Twisted Minds, a team that had made themselves, through their performances in this event, favored in this matchup. Going into this, FURIA would have been favorites, you know? And FURIA reminding us why that is, just what a brilliantly composed roster this is. And still, I will also say, Yan hasn't really come online. You know, this is them sans Yan blowing up.
Lost has been the guy.
Yeah, he has.
In the out of both teams, Lost has been the guy so far. I think Naopo, he's starting to get that level. The Rise and Atomic is sort of there as well, but Lost, the birthday buff is incredibly real, and it could all be ended here on Aquadome. One more for FURIA, and they move through to Championship Sunday.
South American fans are on the cusp of more success for their region. They'll be watching this one, hoping, praying that FURIA can make the most of this opportunity to make it to the next round. Reminder, if you are the loser here, you are out of the competition. No more second chances. Rise tries to follow that one in. Twisted Mind still went in this series.
Dunk again.
That's a dunk from Lost. The creator.
Wow.
The difference.
The creator and the difference maker. Lost a dunking Atomic again. Sees Yan in the middle, says I can do it all myself, son, don't you worry. You can make the goal wider all you want, but I am taking this one. No assist needed. FURIA, an early lead.
Twisted Minds just cannot deal with Lost at all. Another huge kill goes against him. He's Lost again. To the backboard, followed up Trevino! FURIA are turning this one into a victory lap.
Smiles on the right and sheer concentration on the left. Twisted Minds straight away on Aquadome. They are not able to deal with the pressure, and FURIA, you know them. They do not take 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals. They will push. They will not let you breathe.
It is incredible how quickly a game of Rocket League can get away with you, and when you have no more chances, you just can't allow it to happen. Twisted Minds have to steady this ship. FURIA are not even allowed about their own half. Oh, that's genius from him!
As if the walls of Aquadome crumble around them, Twisted Minds suffocate under the pressure of FURIA. Lost, a generational fake. That one will be felt in 50 years in Twisted Minds' bloodlines.
Against Rise as well. A man who has done that to 100 opponents 1,000 times. Doesn't feel so good when you're on the other end of it. FURIA, what a start to Game 5.
No nerves. They're not showing their nerves at the moment. They're dealing with it infinitely better than TM.
The only good thing to say about Twisted Minds is, one, that they're not 4-0 down, which they almost were there. 2, that there is plenty of time. If they can get an early response, 2 goals needed in 3 minutes or so, that's more than doable. But they're so far away from scoring a goal. Instead, it's FURIA knocking on the door of number 4. Here's Lost to the backboard. Wants to push that one down for a teammate. Trevino is in. He follows it up. He'd love to get on the score sheet as well. He's already got one. Wants a second. Now Poe has to do all he can just to get a touch on the ball. He's not going to be able to. Here's Yan. It's 4. Is this one over?
I mean, just to earn themselves an overtime, they need to score more goals in this game than they have in any other game in the series. They've capped out at 3 in the one game that they won in overtime. 4 for an overtime is going to be very hard, let alone on the trot. It's over a 95% chance of winning if you score 4 goals against your opponent in the RLCS. But with a reset, Ryan's had a little old chance going on there. A double save for FURIA. Now Poe down central. Ryan's going to shy away from it. And to be completely honest, just go. Just go. Just do it. Shoot. Why not?
Yeah, I think it's a case of why not here for Twisted Minds. You can see how far forward they are playing. There will be times where the ball just slithers past them and they have to trot back to their own half. Because they can't afford to leave anything on this pitch. They can't afford to be a safe third man right now. You need 4 goals. It's a good pass. Now first chance to get one. He puts it just wide, but Atomic's coming in. Twisted Minds do make a response. Not enough just yet, but it's something.
Only 3 to bring back. It's a great pass from Atomic towards Naopo. Lost thinks it's in. Cleverly sideways from Naopo. Bounces off the post, but not awkwardly on the rounded edge. So it does come straight back out. And Atomic is there to snipe. 3 more for TM.
A couple of kick-off goals for Twisted Minds would do the trick. FURIA have to just ensure they don't do anything silly here. Naopo has got clean grass to play into. Gets it past him. It should be 2 straight away. It's almost turned out for them. Somehow, Twisted Minds don't get their second. That could have been a huge moment in this game. That could have been the moment the momentum swung back, but somehow FURIA kept their 3-goal lead, and still they defend, still they knock it to the side.
FURIA so far being clearly the best team in game number 5. Twisted Minds thought, okay, we'll have that timeout. We'll see how we can do from off the back of that. There was still that win that came right after it. Twisted Minds, they had technically the game plan with the overtime win. FURIA have still not used theirs. Again, you can see it right above their name. The little pause logo has not been burned. Right-hand side, you see Drufo go central. No one's there, doesn't matter. 100 seconds of potential pain coming as Twisted Minds still need to bring back 3.
It does seem like FURIA have taken the sting out of this tail, but as I say that, Rise is another chance! Huge block from Lost, who else? Monumental performance of it. Oh, and Rise hasn't taken his opportunity. You have to put that one away.
Opportunities now starting to go begging. A block in the air keeps it from being particularly threatening. Rise above the bar. Lost sends it high. Can't really shoot from there. And so a nice 50 goes out with the help of Naopo. Atomic again with boost, with ceiling, time, space. Goes for the man. Actually gets tapped right before the goal. Anybody there? Where are you, Twisted Minds?
Oh man, you can't rotate back now. You've got a minute left for 3. Twisted Minds shoots again. Finally, they get their second, and there is just still time.
Just enough, a whisker of time, Cole.
Needs to be now.
2 goals in a minute. They've done well of kickoffs in the historical series. Does it happen now? Rise may all fake. He doesn't. He goes straight into it. But again, Atomic now commits further into the play. Rise has to shy away. Naopo's up. Does beat 1. He's Jufinho. Naopo central, but the easy block coming through for the FURIA defense.
He's Rise, he gets the demo. Atomic is rotating back, needs to get that 100. Didn't spawn for him though. Rise knocks it up. Naopo's there. Great touch from Yan.
Who's there?
Following in next? It's Atomic, awkward angle. Naopo tries to finish it. He's not able to either. Atomic over the top. Rise gets another chance, but Yan, using all 12 boosts, gets the hits.
Every single chance now just being tapped away by FURIA. Naopo sees one central. Can he find Rise on this chance? Atomic is there. No, again, saved away.
It's all looking a little bit desperate right now for Twisted Minds. FURIA seems to have done it until it falls to Atomic. Another big save. Another lost moment. This one should be again. And maybe that's the moment FURIA and their fans can start to believe unless Rise puts this one away. Oh boy.
There is a chance. 3 seconds. They need to see a double diagonal kickoff. We will therefore see a bot kickoff. If it's not that, it becomes a lot harder. Let's have a look. How does it fall? It's double diagonal. You'll see Rise, you'll see Naopo dive straight central. Both go for it. One goes back. It does go in position. It's going to drop straight down. Atomic is there. Yan can save it away. Now Naopo attempting central. It will hit the ground. The Kings of South America retain their crown.
The team stuck together coming into this season after top 6 due to a Game 7 overtime against G2 at the last World Championships. And Yan against Rise on LAN once more breaks the Englishman's heart all these years later. But the star of the show, Stumpy, talk to us about Lost.
Another MVP performance, almost 900 points in regulation. The game ended 4-3. It felt like a 4-0 loss right off the rip. And happy birthday to him. What a present. They move on to Championship Sunday. Handshakes, fist bumps, whatever it ends up being. And my word, Cole. Twisted Minds, they didn't show up here today. They're going to be thinking about that coming a little bit in the future.
Oh, yeah.
There's still the Rally Major. There's still the World Championship. There are more titles to earn. This is just one step on the way to there.
Yeah, Twisted Minds have to see this as the experience bringer. It's worth mentioning one more time that Naopo and Atomic have never played in front of an RLCS crowd when suddenly everything is different. And they performed at times, but the finishing wasn't quite good enough. The final moments in their play weren't quite there. They soak up a generous and well-deserved round of applause from the crowd as they walk off.
He Rise, the home boy as well, competing in England. Like, Rise, the fact that he's competed in England, he couldn't quite bring it through. It's a shame to see. But FURIA, Cole, it was a magnificent series from them. Very well earned, and as I've been saying, see them on Champ Sunday.
We have on the stage Veracity with one of my favorite players, Jufinho.
Jufinho, from crossbars to goals in that game. Is this the usual FURIA we should expect to see?
No, I think a little too much defense in this series, but we managed to win, so it's good for us.
Well, talk to me about that game 3 that you had, because it looked like you were hitting crossbars, posts, anything but the goals. Why do you think game 3 was so slow?
I don't know, I think we went 2-0 against them and we got a little nervous, I think. So the nerves got to us and that's it, I think.
Well, before that game 3, Twisted Minds called for a timeout as well. How did you boys make use of that timeout?
I think we just tried to calm us down because we are 2-0 up and we managed to win the 0 second. So we were hyped and we tried to calm, just that's it, yeah.
Has the energy been high amongst the entire team, knowing that you're playing in front of this fantastic arena?
Yeah, it's incredible. Always playing in front of the people, it's good. So it's amazing. The environment is crazy.
And my final question for you. It's Lost's birthday. Was this a little bit of a birthday present to him? Is there anything you want to say to him?
Yeah, we needed to give him that, the birthday present, for him to sleep good tonight. So we managed to win, and the birthday present for him is done.
So are we going to see FURIA continuing to win more and more games, make it a bit of an epic birthday present?
Hopefully, yes. The birthday weekend for him.
Birthday weekend, I like it. I like it a lot, Birmingham. Congratulations again on that win. What did my fantastic desk have to say about that?
South America standing strong in the first match in front of the crowd in Birmingham. They advance in the bracket. Twisted Minds make their exit here.
And I feel like Lost, he wrapped his own present there. That was the best series I've ever seen him play in front of a crowd. He just took over that match, Johnny.
He was unbelievable. Lost was MVP by a long way on a pitch that has Jan, Naupo, Rise, I mean, Atomic and Drafinho as well, legends in their own right. But
all 6 players.
What a performance.